Drink beer. Think beer. You're listening to Brew Bloods.
Happy Stout Day, fellas.
Happy Stout Day, Probst.
Hey, thanks. Cheers.
Probst to all of you out there. Now, I realize when you're listening to this, it's one day late, but we are here celebrating at our mothership, our overlords, as we frequently mention them lately, Lakewood Brewing Company. Somehow they've entered just about every podcast we've recorded lately, just about every week for the last 8 to 10 weeks.
Well, that's their fault for making the Temptress, which is a great stout, and it's the best stout to celebrate with for Stout Day.
That's right. We've, Carbach just sold out to Big Beer yesterday, a.k.a. today, and we sold out to Lakewood. So this will now become the Lakewood Brewing Cast.
The unofficial Lakewood Brewing Cast.
Right. They have their own taproom cast. We have the official Lakewood Cast.
Hopefully you get some kegs in return for that free publicity.
Hopefully, Wim Benz will just tolerate us.
A couple of stouts would be fine.
Yeah,
just
like a couple of bourbon barrel Temptresses would be okay.
So we're doing a little shorty here because it is Stout Day and because we came out just for this private exclusive event that was just for Brew Bloods podcast members and associates.
And absolutely nobody else.
Nobody else here.
One's here.
They decided just for Stout Day they were going to have us at an exclusive event in their little warehouse here.
I just waited 30 minutes in line just because I like to.
But they made you wait because they knew how special you were.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's true.
But today we're enjoying they have two variants on their big hit stout, the Temptress. Normally, we've talked about it before in this show, the Bourbon Barrel Temptress.
It's their only stout, right?
That might also be a good point. Well, it's not their only stout, unless you count the variants.
All of the 12 varieties.
Right, the rainbow of...
what are they all based on?
The rainbow of Temptress that exists.
Right,
True.
but I'm saying Temptress is their only official stout, and then they mess around with it.
Yes, they do the mess around. But we talked about the Bourbon Barrel before. Today they've done two variants. They did a Brandy Barrel Temptress, and then they did a Rum Barrel Temptress with coconut. So let's start off with...
I'm also cheating and just drinking the 2015 Bourbon Barrel as well.
Screw you.
Oh.
Let's start off with the Brandy Barrel Temptress. Now, they take the normal milk stout Temptress variant, which is about 10.6% ABV.
9.1.
9.1. I thought it was 10 plus. Okay, 9.1. No, I'm totally wrong. But they took this and they slopped it into a Brandy Barrel, and out came the Brandy Barrel Temptress. So, Dustin, what are your thoughts on the Brandy Barrel Temptress?
I think it is a very smooth, drinkable stout. I don't think it's enough different from the regular Temptress to get me too excited, but it is smoother than the regular Temptress, so I definitely give them 2 thumbs up for that.
So I'm actually drinking that right now. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Bourbon County a little bit, but like it's slightly less boozy cousin, you know?
Yeah, definitely less boozy.
Yeah, but Dustin's right. I mean, it's essentially the Temptress. You get a little bit of an aftertaste, like the brandy aftertaste, but it's very hard to notice. I'm actually super curious to see how this would age.
Yeah, I would agree. It definitely takes the original Temptress and rounds it out a bit. It's definitely not as boozy and sweet as the Bourbon Barrel Temptress, but it takes the original Temptress and just rounds the edges out. Those harsher corners on that to me, I've always viewed the original Temptress as a little bit smoky, and it kind of removes that smoky edge from that beer and just makes it just kind of a real smooth drink, dangerous beer.
I find the original Temptress to at times be a little heavy too, and I feel like this one is not as heavy. I think it's more velvety and smooth.
All right, so ratings on the Brandy Barrel Temptress.
Ratings, I would say it's very smooth and very good. If you like the original Temptress, you'll get a little bit of hint, maybe, of the brandy, but really it's basically the original Temptress, but smoother. Original Temptress I would rate fairly high, so I'd probably give this one a 4.25 out of 5.
Javi?
I kind of like this a little bit more. I would say 4.5.
I'm right there with Javi, 4.5. This is like a summer drinking Temptress for me. I don't like the Temptress as much in the summer. I think this is a perfect poolside, reading your tax statements by the poolside Temptress.
Sure.
Gives it just that nice, sweet, lighter edge to it. Removes the heaviness, I agree.
I wish I had tax statements.
It kind of puts the Temptress on an Atkins diet. Right. Kind of loses a little of that cardiac arrest part of it. Now, moving on to the coconut, which is also, you would think just by the word coconut would be a summer beer. This is it's aged in rum barrels, and they somehow like open up about 50,000 vats of coconuts and pour them into the barrel themselves.
Yeah, I feel like they took like every coconut on a whole tropical island and stuck them into one individual keg because this is the coconuttiest coconut beer I've ever had in my life.
It's more than the coconut porter from
by far.
Oh yeah.
This surpasses Oscar Blues Death by Coconut by far.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is, and that's a damn good beer. I think it was Craft and Beer Magazine declared this the year of the coconut, apparently, 2016, back in February.
Who makes them an authority?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how many coconut beers have you actually had this year?
I've had Kona and Maui and Death by Coconut, so that's 3 other than this one.
That's a big trend.
But there's also coconut oil. There's coconut chips. There's
they taste really weird.
Real coconuts that you can eat.
What does that have to do with it being the year of the coconut beer?
No, they said the year of the coconuts. They didn't say specifically beer. They just say coconut. There's coconut lotions, coconut lubes that you can enjoy in Flagrante Delecto for that tropical edge.
Vibe.
Yeah, so this is considerably different from the original Temptress and the Brandy Temptress, and it has its own profile from the Bourbon Barrel Temptress, but it's really, really a standout.
Oh yeah, I would say it's one of the best variants they've done actually on Temptress, and I think they should highly consider making this a regular seasonal option.
This should be up there to me with Sentiment, with Raspberry, with Mole, and with
It's up there with the Bourbon Barrel, I think.
Yeah, by far. I like Bourbon Barrel a lot, but you're right. It's like they took every coconut available on Bermuda and stuffed it into one keg.
No, you're right, and I mean it's. I haven't just tried a little bit of yours. No backwash. I'm surprised at how much coconut there is, but it's also just super smooth. Like, I mean, what you guys were saying about the brandy one, I feel like this applies more to this one, where it's just like it's more smooth and more flavorful, while still retaining some of the same like kind of chocolatey notes that the Temptress has.
But this definitely moves it. It's so heavy in coconut. To me, it definitely moves it into the dessert beer category.
I would actually agree. I feel like this would go well with like, I don't know, some like handmade gluten-free pie or some shit like that.
Free range pie.
Remember, this is Javi the hipster we're talking to.
Yeah.
Who ran to some hipster parade earlier on the way here. This is one of my favorite, if not outside of the Bourbon Barrel, this is my favorite variant they do. And very excited by this beer, and this should definitely be bottled. I'm going to give this one a straight up 5 out of 5. This is a damn good beer that should be bottled every single year. You need to like raid every single island in the Caribbean and gather every single coconut and keep on going.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the Prairie Bomb last week on the regular shows. I don't know if Shorty's counting the continuity, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. If you go listen to the regular universe of shows, and we talked about that one being slightly dessert, but man, this takes it up a notch. If you are a fan of the actual coconut, you are going to enjoy this one quite a bit. It's a great stout. The other one's a great standard sweet stout. This is a great sweet stout with the coconut edge. So I have to agree with you. I would give that 5 out of 5.
Just by the way, Shorties are the H.R. Wells of podcasts in the Brew Buds universe. Mm-hmm. If you're allergic to coconut, by the way, don't drink this beer because you will keel over and die instantly.
But wouldn't that be the most delicious way to go?
That's the most delicious way to die.
Really? No, I would say, I don't know. I kind of reserve the 5 rating for like super special beer. I would go 4.75 if we're going there.
Wow.
Because I mean, I still think that the Bourbon Barrel is the best. You know.
Man, I might almost
give it a try.
Let's see. Hold on. We're doing a side by side now.
I think. Don't get me wrong. I think the Bourbon Barrel is a power bottom. I think this might be a power top for the Temptress series.
Actually. No, I'm still sticking to it. This is delicious. This is amazing. Yeah. No, I like it. I mean, I think you guys are maybe just a little too enamored with the coconut flavor, which it has a lot of.
It's the year of the coconut, Avi. It's 2016. Look,
I'm usually a trailblazer, bringing back Mexican lagers, jorts, skinny jeans, all of that good stuff. But I don't know. I guess I'm not as much of a coconut fan. Man. I mean, it's still really good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, as far as the Temptress, like, varieties or whatever, this is definitely one of the best ones.
Right.
Like, but I'd still say 4.75. So.
All right. Well, you only have so much time left to enjoy the year of the coconut in 2016. We'll have so many months left, but expect to hear from
many at all.
Basically, some very highly rated beers here on the Lakewood Brewing Cast, unofficial official podcast, aka Brew Bloods. Javi will be hearing from again here shortly, next few weeks, as we go to Untapped Dallas. Who knows if Dustin will actually go to that or not? Yeah, and
I might drink there this year.
Ooh, hey!
Yeah.
Cue the confetti. And yeah, I expect to hear a lot more from Javi here in the coming weeks as we hit up Untapped and other events.
Not a lot more, at least one more time.
Yeah, just one more. So for Dustin, I'm Mark, and for Javi, I'm Mark. Probst.
Cheers. There.